I found this particular thread quite funny. You can find any number of just absolute trash tier Democrats in this subreddit. I swear that it's the absolute stupidest people in the country, assuming they're even in this country. This particular thread, Mamdani observes Ramadan with inmates at Rikers Island.
New York Mayor Zoran Mamdani observed Ramadan last night with the men who are incarcerated at Rikers Island, the city's jail complex. NPR's Brian Mann has more.
Mamdani arrived through heavy security, joining a group of men, many held as they await trial. Together they knelt to pray. Mamdani spent an hour with the men talking and breaking the fast with a meal. He spent much of the last month holding public celebrations.
This is me just being a Muslim New Yorker, and I think...
Tell me, what does being a Muslim have to do with being a New Yorker? Up until very recently, absolutely nothing. But now it does, because being a Muslim is seen as the best possible thing a human being in America can be, it would seem. Maybe second to being trans or non-binary, but it's just, like, he's adding New Yorker to it because he's a politician. But the idiots in this thread, the Democrats who are glorifying him, they legitimately see, like, Muslim as some sort of positive affix now.
There are some for whom that is a political act.
Mamdani and many Muslim Americans have faced growing hostility in the U.S. from some politicians on the right, including Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville, who last week reposted a photo of Mamdani next to an image of the 9/11 terror attacks, a post Mamdani described as bigoted. Right?
Yeah, right. Okay, it's tacky, but I'm seriously, like, I'm sick of people saying bigoted. Like, I want to start saying it excessively in retaliation, just to point out how stupid the word is, that you have an opinion that you're not going to change. It doesn't have anything to do with, like, racism or prejudice or whatever, but people use it as this magical spell that they just say it, and that's going to win them all the arguments. Hey, do you remember when Mamdani had Jake Lang protest outside of his house, and then also had two Muslims throw bombs outside of his house at white people, at innocent New Yorkers in the city that he's the mayor of? And what did Mamdani do in response? He said, white supremacy, bigot, explosion, terrorism. He made it out as if Jake Lang was the terrorist when it was actually the Muslims who were the terrorists. Not Jake Lang. He was just the bigoted white supremacist, as they put it. And what if he is? He's free to be a bigoted white supremacist. Not free to throw bombs, though, and yet the condemnation by Mamdani was lacking there. And now he's just here in a prison celebrating Ramadan with some prisoners and saying, well, some people will see it as a political act. Yeah, I do, actually. And even the Redditors are smart enough to realize that. The problem is that they don't care. Even if it's performance, I can't see any of the so-called Christians, right-wing political figures doing this. So they're saying that he's lying to them, and they don't care because they hate Christians. And this is what I keep saying. It doesn't matter what the Christians do, the left wing is going to hate them. This was it James Tallarico from Texas, who's out there saying that, oh, actually, God loves the non-binaries and the trans or whatever. You can take a hammer to God, you can break all their bones, you can crumple them up, and you can shove them in your left-wing puzzle so that they'll fit. But they're not really Christianity at that point. You've changed it into something else entirely. The left wing will not accept Christians. This is proof of it. They know that Mamdani is lying to them as Mamdani sits there practicing his religion in a prison in New York as the mayor of New York. And they don't care because they hate Christians that much. And look at the response. My question is, does it even matter if it's a performance? And to me, it doesn't. It matters that he did this at all. The bar is in hell, and Zoran's back is breaking trying to raise it out. That's right. Everyone in America is trash except for Zoran Mamdani. This guy is the only person trying to bring our culture up out of hell. Some people are going to call it performance. Others call it modeling the type of behavior we should aspire to. Worshipping Allah? Is that what you mean? You mean being a good person? Really? Is that what you think this is? No, this is you slowly becoming brainwashed to think that Islam is good. That's what this is. You think that you're just saying that he's a good person for doing this generic good thing, like he's holding the door open for someone at an Arby's or something. No, that's what I did yesterday. This is a guy worshiping his God, and you are praising him for it and saying that he's better than Americans for it, as if it's not something that America has been doing for ages. It's just wild to me. You have all of these people rambling on and on and on about the publicity stunt. They don't care. Some people inevitably talking about Trump and whatever, and some more people talking about the Bible and Bible quotes and such. The thing is, it's been for a long time normal for Christians to go into prisons and such and do this, right? Like, what are they just mad because it's the mayor of New York? Like, would this mean something special if Trump were to go into a prison and wash someone's feet or something? Like, do some Jesus thing, put oil on their feet? Would that make you happy, Democrats? Nothing would make you happy, especially if Trump did it. That would just infuriate you further. It's stupid. I mean, look at this person here. Isn't part of being a leader performance? So you're saying that lying is part of being a leader? Would you say that about Trump? Would you say that about Trump? I don't think you would. In fact, the comment right below that, although it's a totally different part of the chain, remember when Trump held a Bible up in front of a church that had been vandalized and set on fire, and he said his favorite book of the Bible was all of them? Okay, so why is it that one of them gets to lie and the other one doesn't? Because you have Trump derangement syndrome, and because you're all becoming Islamic in like record pace. I mean, it's been just some months since he was elected, and you're all converting to Islam already. It's just unbelievable. And this isn't really supposed to be about Islam. It's about how stupid these people are. It's about how they have Trump derangement syndrome to such an extent that they are going to adopt a foreign religion in record pace. It's just some woman complaining about how everyone was racist towards her because she grew up right after 9/11. Yeah, of course people were going to be racist towards you. That's not a surprise. People were racist towards non-Japanese Asians after Pearl Harbor. It's just what happens. It's ridiculous. Everyone is so over-exaggerated on how great this is, but it's not just that they appreciate that he did it. I mean, that in and of itself could be overlooked, but they also hate America. They hate what America has become. They hate they just fascinate themselves with this idea that anything that is not white America is somehow automatically good, or even orange America, it would seem. This is the leadership we deserve. What? A Muslim performing their prayer? That's the leadership you deserve? Is this a Muslim country now? This is so moving to me. As a Catholic, this reminds me of Pope Francis washing the feet of prisoners at an Italian jail. No, it doesn't. It doesn't, actually, because Italy was a Christian country, wasn't it? Or Catholic country or whatever. I don't know the differences back then. But it doesn't. It doesn't remind you of that. It would be more like if the Pope was the leader of a city in the Middle East, and he was washing the feet of a Christian prisoner in the Middle East. That would be what it would be like. This is totally different. Like, they've got our own Catholics saying that they're impressed by Islam now. I mean, God, it's fascinating how Trump derangement syndrome has made these people change. That person's just outright changing their religion. My goat. Good God. My goat. I mean, how are people still saying that unironically about the most ridiculous things? It's not even like sports or anything. It's just the guy's been the mayor of a city for a few months now, and you're on Reddit calling him your goat. There's a lot that I could say there that I can't actually say there because YouTube, but we all know what I want to say, right? Anyway, I just thought this was funny because it's not really about Mamdani at all. It's not about what he did. It's about how Redditors are so deranged, how the Democrats hate Trump so much that they are going to convert to Islam. Unironically, this is going to be the next big thing in the West. And I mean, people have already, they know that the Middle East has a lot of influence over us now. They know that Islam has a lot of influence over us now. And not just the USA, but other places too. They know this. But in the USA, we have people who are going to become Islamic Muslims just out of pure hatred for Trump, even though their way of life is completely antithetical to ours. It's unbelievable. I don't even know what to say about it, so I'm just going to stop talking. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please do the YouTube things.